Greetings everyone, Dana Tan here with a quick lesson on how to use SEMRush to improve the number of top 20 organically ranked keywords for your website. I think that SEMRush is an excellent tool. It's definitely worth the money. It's very, very helpful in many ways for organic. And they will also do custom reports for you for separate fees. So there's a lot of functionality there that can be really helpful. So let's get started. What you're going to do is take the website, your website or whatever website you want to optimize. And I chose a company I really like. They're flute makers out in Woburn, Massachusetts. And you put the domain name in the search bar on the SEMRush homepage. Now, to really do this tutorial, you need to be logged in as a full member. You can follow along as a free member and pretty much get the gist of it, but it'll really help you if you're logged in as a paid member to do the tutorial. So you put your URL in, or your domain name in the search bar, and you can see that we get approximately 72 organic keywords right here in this very first chart at the top. The first thing you're going to do is scroll down to a little link, a text link that says full report. Click on that, and that's going to open up the full list of 72. And then what you want to do is you want to rank your keywords based on position. You can click on any of these headers and resort the data. So just go ahead and click position, and then you'll see that it's ranked them, 1, 2, 3, kind of. The number in parentheses is where it was last month. So it kind of gives you a reference if you see a big shift there. Now the next thing you're going to do is go to the upper right hand corner and export. You've got 3 options here. I always just export to Excel, but you can certainly do a CSV. That's perfectly fine, whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, so you're going to end up with a big spreadsheet that looks like this, and it contains all the data, including traffic cost, competition, etc. And the first thing you're going to do is between columns A and B, you're going to insert another column. There we go. And at the top of that column, you're going to type in the word categories. There we go. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go down through the list and you're going to categorize these keywords based on what makes sense to you and what you know about the business. If it's a really, really big site, you have thousands of keywords, you may want to get a little help with some product line managers who know the products maybe better than you do, and they might be able to suggest some categories that make sense. But this is a small site, and I know this particular company fairly well, so I felt very comfortable going down and doing this. Now, a lot of these terms, because Brannon Brothers has a very strong brand name, a lot of these keywords are branded. They have Brannon in the phrase, and so of course, a lot of these are going to end up being branded search. Okay, and so probably we go down all of those. You can see, and then here's one, flute prices. That's a different category, so we just put prices as a category there. And I'm just going to go down through this list of 74 keywords and categorize each one of them. Now let me open a spreadsheet where I've done that. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to sort the spreadsheet by the categories that you just put in. Okay, so you're going to click in the upper left corner here. That's going to highlight your whole spreadsheet, and then go up to the top navigation menu, click on data, click on sort, and then you're going to get a pop-up box that allows you to sort by these various columns, and you're going to select category from the drop-down menu there, and ascending is default checked, so just leave that selected and go down to the bottom and click OK. And what you will end up with is a very nice sorted spreadsheet with the categories sorted alphabetically. And this is very helpful if you have thousands and thousands of words, because then you can separate them out by category and maybe hand them off to different individuals whose particular departments those pertain to, and then maybe brainstorm on what words you see that surprise you, what words that maybe you don't see that you thought would be there, and also words that are ranking lower than what you might want them to be. Now, here's a good example. In this particular instance, components, Brannon Brothers is a flute making company, so they manufacture flutes. I'm a little surprised when I look at this that components, they've only got about 15 or so top 20 ranked keywords for flute components, building flutes, and they're not particularly highly ranked. You see in column C, for example, line 50, flute lip plate as a component ranks 20, which is the bottom of the second page of organic search results. I think that Brannon Flutes would really like that to be higher. So the way you can manipulate that is to go to the page that's ranking, and you have the URL right over here, and either add flute lip plate to the title of the page, or maybe work it into the meta description, or add a paragraph of text on flute lip plates on that particular page to see if you can, the next month in the SEMRush report, see that number 20 maybe drop down to under 10. You really want it on the first page, and you can manipulate your copy so that that page ranks better for that particular term, getting you traffic that's more relevant, that you won't have to pay for. Now, to give you a real-world example of how well this works, this is a very small company. Brannon Flutes only had 74 keywords, which for a small company isn't bad, but I want to show you a real-world example of how well this can work. In January of 2010, I began a project optimizing a site using this exact method for a company called Kingdom.com. Now, at that time, and you can see on this chart, it's right down here where I'm scrolling my mouse. That was January of 2010. The company had about 424 organic ranked keywords. 423 to be exact. And this little red line in the chart represents Kingdom's progress over the next 18 months. And you can see it goes up and up and up and up until 18 months later it actually surpasses its biggest competitor, Discmakers, in the number of top 20 organic ranked keywords, and it now has over 3,800 top 20 keywords, whereas 18 months ago it only had 423. Now you can imagine how much organic traffic that translates into that the company didn't have before. So they didn't have to pay for the traffic. All they had to do was pay for the membership for SEMRush, do a little bit of analysis every month, tweak some copy, tweak some meta tags, and this is the results that one company got with just a little bit of effort. So you can see it's really very, very effective tool. So I hope this lesson helps. I hope you try it. And if you get stuck and need help, please feel free to contact me via email, danatanseo@gmail.com. I'm happy to help or happy to do it for you as a project. And I look forward to talking to you next time. Thanks.